afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
It's nice to meet you, sir. Welcome to Tidbits. Please, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Daniel Black. I'm a farmer first and foremost, and then I'm also the national head for Yearly Network Nigeria.
Okay, it's nice to meet you, sir. A lot of people have their definitions of what success is. What are the common misconceptions people have about success?
Yeah, most of all, it's the fact that success is a destination. It's not a destination. Success is a journey. It's ongoing. There's no place you will get to and you say, "Wow, I'm successful." You always find out that at every milestone of success you reach, there's always more to do. So nobody should be doing anything feeling like when I get there I'll stop. Success never has an end. Until we leave this earth, you have to keep striving to do better, to do more. So yes, that's one of the misconceptions I think is it's much true. Is this a misconception? Just that this generation have lost the or seem to have lost the ingredients of success, which is nothing other than hard work. You need to put in the work. Anything that comes in through the shortcuts, most times it's a fluke, right? So you have to put in the hard work to ensure that you actually get real and sustainable success.
Okay, so you mentioned that you're a farmer. What are some ways you've had to persevere in the face of challenges over the years?
Yeah, both are in agriculture, in youth development, and all this sphere. Perseverance has been one key quality that we need to all have as young people. I have faced challenges as a farmer. I have had about 3 hectares of maize farm totally lost to pest and drought, and 80% of the funds that were used were not my funds. So I had to turn back and ensure that I manage my stakeholders, I manage the fund, the cost, and all of that together. So perseverance is one key thing. As the national head, I am head of an organization that has over 200,000 members. When you have a project, you cannot always have a consensus. You have to find a way to get people to come in to buy into the project, and that has also been a challenge because you cannot wake up and say I want to do this and do it today. You have to go through a very rigorous decision-making process and all of that. So if you are not resilient, if you cannot persevere, you will get to see people. You're planning to do impact. You're planning to do things that do not have any way to benefit you. But you see people begin to accuse you and make it look like it's a personal aggrandizement. So if you're not focused on the main goal, you probably just lose hope. You probably fag out and not do it. So perseverance is very key.
So you talked about making decisions, hard decisions.
Yes.
What role has your intuition played in that decision-making process?
So I'm going to say this too is, intuition is a developmental process. When we say read books, when we say go to courses, go to trainings, most times you may not even necessarily cram, you may not be able to remember the things you read. But one thing I have discovered is that it sharpens the mind. I don't know if that makes sense. The things you read, the things that you take in, sharpens the mind. So that is to start the question. So yes, I have relied so much on my intuition because I know I have developed it a whole lot, right? So there is practically no place I find myself that I feel like I don't belong here. So yes, intuition is key, but do not rely on crude intuition. An intuition that is developed over the years, that has been exposed, right? We are all in this world. We've seen that some things that 5 years from today were not accepted. With exposure, with consistent communication, today they are accepted. Young people are now getting into tech jobs. 5 years ago, if you told someone, let's have a meeting on Zoom, you're like, what's that? But today, Zoom, in fact, if you don't have a Zoom account, you're seen as old school, right? So that's just to show that 5 years ago, someone's intuition was, what is Zoom? But today, still somebody's intuition that is like, hello guys, we can't meet up, let's go on Zoom. So if you rely on a crude intuition, that's wrong. So I didn't want to answer your question by just saying, yes, intuition has been, there has to be a developed intuition.
What is the best way to build capacity as a young person?
Yes.
Out of uni, just starting out, what is the best, easiest way to build capacity gradually, or
the best way is, I don't want to use the word volunteering, but learning on the job. So let me use the word learning on the job.
Okay.
When I came into Abuja newly, Yeah, I had interest in impact, I had interest in capacity development, I had interest in all of that, but I did not know the way to do it. And when I came into Abuja, I identified the Yali network because prior to now I was a Yali network member elsewhere.
Okay.
But when I came into Abuja, I identified the network, I knew what I came to do, right? And I identified people in the space, and I started working under them. To be fair, I wasn't paid. So that is where the volunteering aspect comes up to it, because if I was waiting to get a paid job, I probably would not have gotten it, because paid job is usually hard to get, it's competitive and all of that. So I had to volunteer. And I say today, I'm able to develop the documents I'm able to develop. I'm able to get direction for my life. I'm able to get the skills that I need to get because of the roles I was able to do. So most of these things I learned them theoretically, but I did not have real life experiences. But when I started practicing, learning on the job, hey, develop a concept note, and I developed the first one and they corrected it. By the time you're doing the 10th concept note, it should definitely be better. Do this, and you're doing it right. So consistently, it has over the time shown that learning on the job is the best way to develop capacity.
So what role does collaboration play? Collaborating with angel investors, for example, collaborating with organizations. What role does collaboration play in success?
Let me correct this term. You don't collaborate with angel investors. We need to understand angel investors are not collaborators. They are investors, as the word is. But yeah, collaboration is key. Collaboration expands your reach, right? The good book, the Bible says, one shall chase 1,000, two shall chase 10,000, not 2,000. Okay. So by the time people come together and share their resources, they are able to do more. So collaboration is key. Most of the things that people achieve is because more than one person came together, and of course, two good heads are better than one. So it is important that young people begin to collaborate and not compete. They will be able to go beyond their individual resources and individual capacities, and of course, they will go higher.
Yes. So we would like to hear a personal story of resilience in your life. What areas have you had to persevere?
Like I said, so when I started farming newly, I lost over 3 hectares of sweet corn. Prior to that, I had done 1 hectare, I had done half acre, and it was doing so well. And then all of a sudden, I felt, why not? Let's do 3 hectares. And I'd also agree that probably my resources, my planning did not take place, and I lost it. And that amounted to almost 11 million naira. As a young man, that was my first millions, and I lost it. And it was a time that I could have actually given up. It was a time that I could have actually just thrown in the towel, probably whatever. It has been a very depressing time, but over the years I have stood still, kept on showing up, just show up, wake up in the morning, show up, right? And with consistency in showing up, with consistency in practice, I would say that I've been able to take myself out of that issue. Like I told you, it was not my money, right? I had people invest, and then I lost it. And then you imagine, everybody was like, "Oh God, give me my money," right? So, but it has been a beautiful story, because that's like 5 years back, and today I'm able to continue saying I'm a farmer because I'm still farming. I've been resilient, and then it's been a beautiful ride all along.
So lastly, let's not take too much of your time. What lesson are you still learning at this stage in your career? What lesson?
Yes, I'm learning that I don't know how to say this so that it doesn't sound so crude, but the truth is, people change. Always learn that people change. The person you knew yesterday may not be the person you know today. Have that at the back of your mind, so that when you're sharing responsibilities, when you're sharing opportunities, and then you are very much aware and ready for any eventualities. People change. People do change. That is one lesson I'm learning, and it is helping me in my interaction and my interfacing with people.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. It was nice having you on Tidbits. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, kindly like, subscribe, and enable notifications for more inspiring stories from Nigeria and Africa. I am your host, KoreLola. Don't forget, keep watching Tidbits with KoreLola. Stay inspired.